are you?
I'm doing all right.
Well, who's this?
This is Max.
Hi, Max.
You
Are Max and
ready
Zeus
to see
friends?
your brother?
They're friends, huh?
Yeah, he's the oldest.
Oh, he's the oldest, so he's
Yeah.
his older brother.
Yeah,
He's older but smaller.
Yeah.
Yeah,
You ready to see your
he's kind
brother?
of huge.
You gonna see your brother?
Do you mind if I fill this up with some water and give him some water?
You can turn it on right there.
Okay.
Yeah.
Sorry, just spraying out the hot water. There we go. Hey, big head. Ready to see your family? Yeah? You're a big head. Good boy. All right, wait, buddy. There you go. All right, come here, dude. Zeus, come here. Get some water. Zeus, come on. You don't want any water? You know where you are, don't you? Zeus. You gotta use the bathroom? Alright, come on, dude, let's go. Let's go, man. Boy, say hi,
Oh,
buddy.
is that your brother?
Oh, that's your brother.
You got your brother?
He completely ignored the water, made me
Is
laugh.
that your brother? You home?
Yeah.
You home? I see you. You home?
Yeah.
You home?
Zeus, come here. Come here. Come here.
You home? You see that? Huh? You cold? You said I come
Is that
home?
7?
Yeah, that's 7.
Hi, 7.
You see 7?
You like to mess with 7?
7 said, where you been, Zeus? Where you been?
That's good.
He said, where you been?
He's a good boy. I've been having so much fun with him. I don't know if you saw some of the like shorter videos I put up.
Yeah, the tug of war video and
I
stuff.
can't help it. I had so much fun with this dog. I don't know if you might remember from one of my earlier videos in the training yard. It was one of the first ones I put up where we played tug, and I think I was like, dude, your dog is awesome. I was like, yeah, I think this dude is sick. He's so much fun. He's one of my favorites that I've been able to work with in the past couple months. Just because I whenever I get a dog that plays tug like that, I know it's going to be a good program. Yeah, and he like, he wants to play so bad. He wants that more than anything else.
Yeah.
Right. And so that makes my life easier and more fun.
Okay.
So he's been, since we did our last one last week. Was it 1 week ago?
Yeah.
It was on Friday last week. Yeah.
Zeus?
He's made a lot of progress since then. Come on, buddy. He's made a lot of progress since then. He's doing really well in his program. I'm proud of him. In fact,
You can't go around Jinx.
there are, I think, like 4 videos that I need to edit and post.
Okay.
4, maybe 5. I can't remember how many now. But there's quite a number of them. And a few of them are like longer. One of them is in the park. Which is it? Lake Benson Park? Yeah, White Deer Park.
Okay.
Do you know where that is?
Yeah.
Okay, yeah. That's really nice parks. It's like they're bigger parks they're over towards Garner area. And White Deer Park and Lake Benson Park are kind of like one park on either side of a road.
Okay.
They have separate names because I guess they're on separate sides of the road. I don't know. But we were there for about an hour. We did great with that. And he saw lots of people and dogs and stuff like that. Saw a few dogs. And I've been working a little bit on the dog thing because I know that was something you had questions about. I saw the text that you sent to Emma.
Yeah.
And I have been able to work on it some. I plan on doing a little bit more over the next couple of days before he comes home on Sunday. I'm optimistic, actually, based on what I've seen so far. What I've seen is that...
Zeus!
What's he doing?
Oh, he's in the back.
Oh, he's in the back.
Yeah. Come on.
Come here. Zeus, come here. Come here, please.
Hush, Jinx. Yeah, she's in heat.
Oh, so he interested.
Yeah, she's in. All of a sudden, she got in heat before he got home.
Zeus, please. Come on. Come on.
Move, Max. Yeah, she's in heat, so that's why we got her in the back.
Please.
Because that's my son's dog.
Which one? In the back?
In the back, yeah.
What's her name?
Jinx.
Jinx.
Yeah, she's in heat, so he didn't know how Zeus would act around her
Yeah.
while she's in heat. But he doesn't let her walk around. She's way smaller than him and shorter.
Well,
He jumped on her.
I'm sorry, but I think most dogs are smaller and shorter than him. But if you told me that she was bigger than him, I was like, what the heck is that? What kind of dog you got? Why is a female bigger than a male kind of torso? Any
She's
female
way
dog.
smaller. But
Yeah.
he
They tried to get on her.
he didn't try to have hump on her, but
He wasn't trying to have babies. He was
no,
jumping on her.
he was outside. And usually she's in her cage and he just walks by. He'll smell and walk by, and like he do Koa, he smells him and walk by. But when we try to let them all go outside together, like him and Max does, he jumped on her and was growling and was doing, but he just wrapped around, but he didn't bite her. It was just all the slobber. And
What did she do?
she's submissive. She just bit down.
She
didn't
just did
bite
nothing.
back.
She chilled.
Yeah,
And
but
did
he
it
still
anymore?
not until I told him get off of her.
But he did get off.
He did get off her, but then he started wagging and
And
stuff,
then
yeah, and fine and walking away. But I was like, you don't do that.
Yeah.
And then he does that to Koa too. And
Koa? And
Koa,
which one's that?
He's right there, his cage.
Don't do it.
He's right there. So, and he's a German Shepherd.
He's a German Shepherd. Okay.
Yeah, but he's small too.
He's a little smaller, yeah, because he doesn't. He
He's
looks
a
like,
puppy.
Yeah, he doesn't look that old.
But
How old is he?
I would say he's about 7 months now.
7 months.
Yeah. So But he jumps on him too, so they can't go outside together. And it's like we got.
And he does that same thing where he jumps on the growls like that?
Yeah. He didn't bite him.
He didn't bite him, yeah.
But he just jumps on him, so... Max...
I always be cleaning his chain.
I said, you know, I want him to walk around like he does with Max. And I also have a Yorkie, but she's at my mom's house because we're transitioning to another house.
Yeah.
So we're here with my son. So he does just like how Max is, and she's tiny. So I'm just like, why are you jumping on them? And this is not your house. And they don't jump or mess with you. They just walk around. But he can't walk around with them either. Now, if he's in the room...
Is that one back there, what's the one's name again?
Jinx.
Jinx. So it's Jinx, Max,
and Koa.
And Koa.
And then it's another one, Du Jour.
Du Jour.
She's really
That's the
tiny
Yorkie?
too. No, Du Jour is, I'm not sure what
We know you got it.
My son got 3 dogs, 3 cats.
Okay. And how many do you have?
I have 3.
You have 3. So 3 dogs.
Mm-hmm.
And then 3, so 6 dogs total.
Yeah, but
and they live here full time or how often?
Well, my Yorkie is with my mom.
Okay.
And she can't do nothing with him because he was the way he was acting and not listening.
He was grounded at your mom and all?
No, he wasn't grounded. He just don't listen.
He just don't listen. Okay.
Yeah.
That's what I thought.
So
because I'm trying to remember.
He's with me.
It's been. I haven't reviewed it since last lesson. Normally I review it the day of. Like I would have reviewed it today, but I didn't have time. I'm trying to remember from what we had the conversation last time. He's not showing aggression towards people that much.
No, he don't show aggression towards people. Yeah, it's just he just like when I tell you the selective hearing. Yeah, he listen when he wants to. He didn't.
Okay.
So when she was watching him for me when I was moving the stuff from Florida, he wasn't listening. So my son had to go over there, and then she was like, "Just take him to your house because he's not listening to me. He's not."
And so who is he? Technically, have you had him since you were a puppy? Since you were a puppy? Okay, so he's your dog.
He's nice.
So which ones are yours? These two. Okay.
And my Yorkies at my mom's.
And yours. Okay. Yeah. Got it. And so then right now, like at this moment, there's 4 dogs in this house, like currently.
Yes.
At the second 4. So it's the one back there. That's
2 back there.
2 back there. Okay, and then Max.
And then Max.
Okay, and then Zeus.
And then Zeus.
So when Zeus comes home,
3 cats.
And then 3 cats. Okay.
Yeah, he doesn't mess with the
Your
cats.
house sounds a lot like my house. Your house sounds a lot like mine.
Yeah. He doesn't mess with the cats.
Okay.
And then we have 2 of them, Razor. And Razor usually rubs his head all on him, so he doesn't really mess with. He don't mess with the cats. And that's why I told him, I said, you've never seen cats before. How you don't mess with the cats, but you're jumping on the dogs?
Oh, okay, so, all right.
Yes.
Mind if I sit?
Yeah.
Okay, so let me give you the scoop. I'll, from the best that I can see, this would be my take on it, based on, we've had, how long is this one with us now? It went a little long.
Yeah.
It's been like 5 weeks, 5.5?
Yes.
Something like that? Yeah. So I've gotten to know him pretty good, decently well, right? I spent a lot of time with him. And then based on what you're describing and like the way that dogs typically interact and stuff like that, what it sounds like to me is kind of like normal, like what you were describing. This is without me seeing it personally, just based on what you're describing. So it could be inaccurate, but decent level of confidence based on like the behavior I've seen from him. It sounds like pack behavior, and he's telling them like, dude, like me, I'm the guy. That's what he's telling them, right? And then because then the question is like, well, like what about this? Why not Max? Why all the other ones? Does he do it to the Yorkie too?
No.
No. Okay.
He lays there and she jumps on him and plays and all in his face, and he doesn't bother her. He just lays there. Yeah,
that actually strengthens.
Or tries to move her with his hands, but other than that, he don't do anything.
Yeah, that strengthens my my thought process there. So I think that he sees this dog, Max, and is like, you know what I mean? Like, look at him. He's a little moo-moo.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's what I call little moo-moo.
Max was the one that was always jumping on him when he was a puppy.
Yeah.
Because I had Max. Max is...
Well, that's the other thing.
Over 15.
Oh.
So
how old is Zeus?
Zeus is 4.
Okay, yeah, I thought so. Because I was like, 4, I'm pretty sure he's
and I got Max in 2015, so I done had him over 10 years. So.
And so these 2 are newcomers.
To him. Yeah.
To him, yeah, they're newcomers, right? That's one part of it. So, like, if Max has been around the whole time, since he was a puppy, well, Max is his is his dude. You know,
His
like
partner in crime.
Yeah,
they
like-
get in trouble together.
yeah, they've been together the whole time. So like Max was pre-existing in his life. What about the Yorkie? Was Yorkie older?
I
or-
got her in 2024
Okay, so a little younger.
around
than Zeus.
Christmas time, and he was doing that behavior when I got her. It was more of him trying to snatch her out my hand because she was really tiny. He just when I'm trying to let
But
him
not
smell
growling
her,
or anything like that. Just
No, he didn't growl. He would bite and try to take her out my hand, and I was like, "This is not a toy."
okay.
I had to keep telling him this wasn't a toy. This wasn't a toy. So I had to, when I had her
So he was
out,
playing too much. It felt like you were like keeping him away,
yeah,
keeping
and
her
then
away, and he's like,
he'll
"Oh,
walk behind me and try to snatch her out,
yeah."
and then I had to keep him in a cage, let her do it, and when he did, he'd do that loud bark, so he was scaring her. Or when she was in her cage and we was letting him walk around and get smell in her, he would jump at her cage and try to push her cage around. And
Okay.
he was doing all that, but then I think that lasted about almost a month. He realized, oh, I'm going to get put up, and I'm not going to.
Okay.
So then I just started watching and letting him sit there and have her there, but it wasn't close. And then
So
I
they're-
guess he
but
just
they're
realized
integrated
she's not
now.
going nowhere.
They're good now.
Yeah.
Okay.
I guess he realized, though, she's not going nowhere. So
So the other two like you described the backyard behaviors. What about in the house? Have you tried that at all, or you
No,
don't even
we
do that?
haven't.
Okay,
Haven't
because you don't
we
want
don't
to
know.
risk that. Okay. Got
yeah,
it.
don't know how he act, and that's what my son was saying. Mike, you're gonna be good around the dogs, because don't want to keep all of them locked up.
Well,
And
because what
so-
you're describing is not uncommon. Happens all the time when people have multiple dogs. Is what you end up doing is running something akin to kind of like a, not in spirit, but in like mechanically speaking, it's kind of like a prison. Not that your dogs feel like they're in prison or anything like that. It more makes you feel like you're managing a prison, right? Because what you have to do is like, all right, the gates are up, this dog's put away, this dog's not out yet, and you got to like manage, like, okay, kind of like on like a cell block, where you have to like manage when the doors open, and you can't have these doors open and these doors open at the same time, otherwise you're gonna have a fight, you're gonna have problems, right? So it ends up becoming like a part of your life that is like time consuming and like a lot of management and worry and thinking and trying to make sure everything is okay. This cage is shut and this dog's here and this dog's here and this dog goes out, and then like you have to rotate for the dogs to go outside. You got to rotate in the backyard. You can't just take the dogs out, spend a little bit of time out there with them, let them run around, watch them, supervise them, and then bring them back inside. You can't do that because you're not sure that that's going to be a safe thing to do, right?
Yeah.
Now, what about those two? Are they okay together?
Yeah.
Okay, so every other dog, you
Every
could let
dog's
all.
fine.
So can you let all the
You
other
can
dogs
let-
out together?
Yeah,
and they
with
run
that.
around. Do you do that? And they're fine.
Yeah.
But him out with any one of them, have you ever let them all out together, including Zeus?
Yeah.
How'd that go? Is that what you were
That's
describing?
it, yeah.
Okay.
Or even in the house. That's what he
That's what he does.
attacked her in the house while he was coming in the house. I was like, he's not going to do. He walks past her. He doesn't growl. He smells. Butt's wagging.
So you had her out one time,
Yeah.
and he went.
And he jumped on her.
He jumped on her. Okay. And he did that same thing. Oh, cool. Yeah. So not doing it to the smaller dogs, but doing it to the bigger dogs. Were either one of them excited?
No, they just walk around.
They're just walking. They weren't doing anything.
Doing anything.
So he just went after them.
Yeah. Just walk around, and that's the thing, because even when we came, they wasn't growling, they wasn't barking at him, they wasn't doing anything, just like they do. Since he ain't been here, he's been letting them walk around, and Max, they walk around with Max, they go outside, they do everything, they don't bother the cats, they don't do nothing. It's just like, they're just normal.
Yeah.
But my son was like, is he going to be able, because I don't want them locked up, or they can't walk around, or lay down and just rest.
Interesting. Okay, yeah.
But we know right now she's in heat, and we're not trying to have
Well, you can't have
puppies and stuff, and even if he's not trying to jump on her for that, we don't want him to try to jump on her and everything else.
Yeah.
But
So there are two possibilities in terms of like what this will end up being for you. One possibility is that you will have better management tools. The other possibility is that you will have a fuller freedom picture. We can shoot for the second one. That sounds nicer, right?
Yeah.
Where you don't have to worry about it that much. But the first one's an improvement still on what you have currently, right? So like that first one would be something like this. Other dogs can walk around and stuff like that, and like you can have them all out, and maybe you have Zeus on place for a while, right? And you're kind of there and you watch and you make sure everything's cool. And you can use that as a kind of band-aid if necessary, right? But better would be you can let the dogs be around each other, right? I have been able to do that in the past for dogs that had similar problems. Actually, I'll have a brief aside to tell you something, a story about another pair of dogs that had issues like this, and kind of how things went, right? So it's 3. They were all blue heelers. And I call them trash Malinois because they're kind of like, they're just crackheads, but they live in like a trailer, you know, and they smoke like cigars, you know. They're crazy, you know. Yeah. So 3 of them together, and one of them had a tendency to start issues and kind of like escalate stuff in a relatively similar fashion to what you're describing, where he would just kind of like walk over to the other dog and then like kind of like go over top of them and try to like dominate the other dog. And the other one didn't have that issue at all. He was totally chill. He didn't do nothing. He was the younger one. The older one was the one doing it. The younger one, and they were both full-grown dogs, not puppies. The younger one, at first he would kind of just like let it go. He wouldn't do anything about it. But then he would like, he meant business. The older one was starting conflict, but he didn't finish it. So the younger one actually like, he tore a massive hole in this dog's like butt. Yeah, he had to get surgery and stuff like that. So like that kind of thing happens and it can escalate, right? Now they all 3 live together and they're fine. They do their thing, right? I ended up training both, 2 out of the 3. So what we did was first, both of them have obedience. So I can call the dogs off and tell them to do different things, right? So there's always that as a possibility. Like I can tell them ant, and they're like, oh, and they stop, right? Because that's your number one necessity. If you're going to have dogs that like potentially could have an issue, you gotta be like, it's gotta be like you. Like you're like, enough, and they go, because they go, she's gonna cause a problem. It's gonna be real bad. I'm gonna hate it, right? They need to know that. So that's one. That's your most powerful weapon to start to prevent problems under your supervision. And then the second thing is free shaping that, where you allow for stupid choices potentially to happen, but then you make it very clear, like before they get to start the behavior, like you're not even close to letting that happen. You're not accepting it at all, right? And it makes sure that it knows that the dog knows that it's coming from you, not from the other dog. That's one of the hard parts, right? Because like say in like say like you had that same scenario again. Zeus is already like and doing that whole thing, jumping on him. If you were then to say and tap the e-collar as an example, I have made that mistake before, and what will happen is in most cases that dog will go, you did it, to the other dog. You did that, and we'll take it as an escalation and then fight. There's a problem, right? So you call it off before then. When you see the behavior start, that's when you go and you tap the econ, because you don't do that, right? So that's like how I'd handle it in the moment if that kind of thing did happen. Right? However, the main thing to get before then is you need. There's a kind of paradigm that I think about dog training within. So the first thing is you need to evaluate. So you need evaluation, so you need to know what you're dealing with. The second thing you need is to establish some kind of cooperation, right? Cooperation can be established lots of different ways. It can be established through playing.
Okay, well, I'm at the house. is hurting, Jeremiah? No, I don't have one. I have to get you one. You still at work? Okay, well, I'll see when I get home. The guy's here going over with Zeus. Okay. Well, I'll see you when you get here. That's my son. He's on his way home from work.
Nice. Yeah, but once you've established cooperation, which can happen through games, right, like tug and other stuff like that, or just through taking a walk together, right? Cooperation, so you have some kind of shared goal, or you're competing, something, right? And then you need socialization and fulfillment, right? Socialization does not mean toss them in a dog park. As you may know, that might not be a great idea.
Yeah.
It more so means controlled exposure to the world, right? Which is what we've been doing during the program. So all of these things we've already been doing during the program. And then the point of these lessons, and especially the final go-home lessons, is to transfer it as cleanly as we can to you, so that you can do the same thing.
Okay.
And so then having the other dogs and the potential issues just adds an extra layer of complication to it. So that I'll need to make sure we navigate that as best we can, right? So I can make this. I want you to be successful, right? And get the best possible result that you can out of it. Something that's useful to you in your daily life and makes your life more fun and just better with your dogs, right? So the other one that's crucial is the fifth one, which is authority. Right? You need to have authority established within the relationship, where you tell him, like, don't do that, and he doesn't do it, or you tell him to do this thing and he does it, right? And that can be established in the same two places, right? It can be established during play, right? Which you saw me doing that actively while I was playing with him. I was starting to establish authority, right? So as an example, one of the very first places that I start to do that with a dog when they like to play right off the bat, like Zeus did, as soon as he got used to me and I presented a tug toy, he was like, bam! And I was like, oh, okay, holy crap, right? I didn't know I was in for that much. But then he didn't want to let go. And he didn't let go. Not willingly, not at first. I had to tell him, like, hey, like, out. And he was like, I'm not doing that. And I tried letting the toy go dead. He just pulled on it harder. I tried different ways to do it soft, and he was like, I'm not letting go of this thing, right? So he was committed to the game, to possessing the toy. So then I had to negatively reinforce it by kind of like popping the collar a little bit, and I actually had to end up tapping the e-collar for him to let go of the toy, right? Now when I say out, he lets go right away. He spits the toy out and he goes, okay. And he's done with it. But along that road, there was more to the process. You saw, like, in some of those videos where I would say out, and he would let go. But then if I picked the toy up,
You think he's ready to play?
yeah, he was like, oh. And so I held the toy up a little bit over my head, and he would jump towards it, right, and try to get it, or try to get it out of my back pocket. He would just go try to take it. But that was part of the process of developing authority, because he's got the engine running, so to speak. Because that's when you need authority, right? Because like me having authority when nothing's happening, that's one thing. That's cool, right? So I asked him to sit, and he says, "Oh, okay, cool." He goes to, like, I don't know, like, nudge something on the counter. I say, and he stops. That's cool. That's not the same as he's like, I'm gonna go jump on his dog. I say, and he knocks it off right away, or before he even gets to the dog. Those are different, right? Because this one, things are relatively calm. The second one, he's ramped, right? He's ready to go. And so the engine's already, like, ramped. It's running. So the same thing, like, that's why I like when dogs like to play tug, because you see how amped up he gets to play tug. If I can tell him to let go of that tug and he lets go, that is with the engine running, and I tell him let go and he lets go, and then I tell him down or place or heel or whatever it is, and he does it. So then that's authority with the engine going, like with him ramped. So you want it when there's excitement. So that's what we've been working through, and so I'll need to transfer that to you so that you know how to, like, keep that for you, right? So that'll probably be the biggest part of it, is the authority part, because I think you correctly noted that he has selective hearing, and that's just because there was not sufficient consequences for the selective hearing. Frankly,
Well,
that's just how it works.
When I was talking to
Christian,
when he came, I was telling him, I said he had selective hearing, and when he knew he was in trouble, he had his cage. And when he knew he was doing something wrong, when I say something to him, he runs into his cage. And he sat at the back. And then he wouldn't come out.
Yeah, he got away from you.
Yes. Until he realized, oh, she's gone. I don't have to worry about it. I'm going to come out.
Yeah.
Now, he knows not to go into the kitchen.
Did you ever put him in the cage on purpose because he did something bad?
No. I never put him in the cage. He ran there in his cage and sat there. Yeah.
Yeah, it worked. Yeah, so he got out of it because he went in the cage.
He said, oh, I'm going to go sit down and go in my cage. She's not going to yell at me or she's not going to tell me. And I'm just going to sit there for a minute. And then once I went on about my way, then he came. And then he just...
So we'll have to, like, outlaw that option. You'll have to have the cage closed to make sure he doesn't...
I never had any problems with him, like, in the trash. He knew not to be in the trash.
Yeah.
He knew, it was just like
Well, did he
stuff.
ever try the trash?
No.
Not even once?
No.
Okay.
He never...
Is there anything that he did try and then he never did it again?
Well, that was when we tell him, you know, you're not supposed to be in the kitchen.
Okay.
And stuff.
Yeah.
And...
So, going into the kitchen, what did you do to keep him... Why does he not go in the kitchen anymore?
When he he was going there, I told him I will make him go out of the kitchen, push him out of the kitchen, and tell him, no, you don't go in this kitchen.
Yeah.
Or...
Were you mean to him?
Huh? No, I raised my voice at him.
That's all I mean. Yeah. You told him,
just raised my voice.
You did something to make him realize you were serious.
When I see him, I was like, I know you don't have your foot in my kitchen.
Yeah.
And he'll back up.
Did you ever like pop him on the butt or anything like that and tell him get out of there? Or?
I used to have a little fly swatter.
Yeah.
And when he see me pick the fly swatter up,
he was like,
and he take
off.
Well,
because did you ever pop him with the fly? Yeah. Mm-hmm. That's effective, right? Why was that effective? Why did he listen? He don't want to get hit. It's as simple as that, right? That's called.
Get hit.
That depending on like the context, that's either a penalty, right? You're punishing, or it's negative reinforcement, like, hey, like do this thing, right? So in that case, that would have been a penalty. Yeah. Oh, he wants to so bad.
Yeah, he likes to get mine.
You want to say hi to him? Want me to let him off? Zeus, okay. Zeus, okay. Come on, okay. Good boy. Good job. There you go. Go. Oh my
God. You know what's Jeremiah?
Go say hi to Jeremiah, dude.
Zeus boy, come here.
Go.
Come here, boy.
So yeah, one thing that will help with that is
you're not going outside. Leave.
What are you doing, Marty?
That collar actually works.
Works good.
I need to get him trained. I have a German Shepherd that needs to be trained.
Yeah?
He's just too hyper.
Oh, he's ramped up?
Yeah, he doesn't want to. I try to get him to calm down. He doesn't want to calm down. And then, like, when I yell at him, then he wants to listen.
Yeah. Well, we can hook you up.
Yeah, I don't know. That's what I'm saying. I've been a little iffy about the college. That's just all it is. Like,
right.
Because I don't know too much about it.
You don't know anybody, yeah. Yeah.
He doesn't, when I say he gets out, he wants to run around. He don't listen.
Yeah.
When we tell him to come here.
Well, one of the keys with the collar is that the collar is just a means when it don't mean nothing. Right? So the collar has no special powers. It doesn't train dogs.
Yeah.
It's just a device that can make the dog feel uncomfortable for a minute. And that's the whole point. Is it's supposed to be uncomfortable. They're supposed to not want it to happen and not like it. And so then you can either make it where you're negatively reinforcing a thing where they want to do that thing now, or you're making it where they don't do a thing because it had a bad consequence. We do it to each other all the time. Like, I don't know if she ever did looked at you like a certain way, you know, and you were like, ugh. Right? And then that reduced the likelihood of you doing that thing again. Or when she asked you to do something, she's like, hey, go do this thing. And you were like, you were kind of lollygagging on it. And she was like, hey, like, do that thing now. Like, you have to go do it.
That's what it is with him.
And it causes a problem. And then, like, you're like, you feel pressured. And so you go do the thing. So you don't get in trouble, right? And so it's the same thing with the dog. It's just that the dog doesn't understand language, so we can't tell them, hey, XYZ. We have to either, one, put social pressure, or number two, we have to actually cause like physical consequences that don't injure the dog, but that do make the dog feel uncomfortable and not do it, or do the thing that you asked it to do.
Yeah, I just pop him and like, he gets more scared of me.
Yeah.
But he listens still at the end of the day, like the little things I tell him to do.
Yeah.
But he's still nervous around me.
Yeah.
I don't want him to be nervous around me.
You
I
don't
just
want
want him to listen.
Yeah.
But he's too hyper.
And so then normally the thing there that comes on top of that is it only works if there's clarity. So if they can attach a thing they did to whatever consequence happened, and then they can connect how to avoid that consequence, then you don't end up having any fear or any psychological issues. The dog doesn't activate because they understand, oh, just do this or just don't do this, and everything's great. Yeah. And so that's like you can use the collar to facilitate that.
Come back here, Zeus.
Zeus,
No, he good. Zeus!
come here. Oh boy.
Go to zone.
Hi, handsome big head. Zeus, come. Oh boy. So yeah, with them getting to see how the dogs do together, the other main thing that would be a big deal is transferring that authority and then testing, right, in a controlled way. So the experiences that I've had with him with dogs so far have been, there were some that were through bars, obviously, right? And in those instances, he got ramped, right? Now the other dog got ramped first. And then that ramped him up, and he was like, oh, yeah, get up out of here, right? The other instances that I've had with him have been out on walks, and you'll see a few of those in like the videos coming up. And I love you too, thank you. And those, he didn't do the best. The first few times it was not great. When you've taken him on walks, have you seen other dogs on your walks? What does he do? What did he do for you?
Yank towards him.
He yanked towards him. Did he growl at all, or?
Yeah.
Yeah.
He do a little. That's why it's hard to take him in
He was
the
like,
tractor
and
trailer
wanted to go
and
towards
stuff,
him.
and I
Yeah.
have to yank him up by his neck, or I had to hold his collar and
Yeah.
stuff, and wait till they walk past.
He did the same thing for me, especially one of the first ones when the other dog barked at him. He was like, "Oh, I'm gonna get you," right? And the only part of that for me that was like, ooh, that could be better is that I had not locked the leash. So there's a difference if you have the leash locked versus unlocked, or if you have tension on the leash versus no tension. If there's tension on the leash, then it's harder to know for sure why they're reacting that way. Because if you have a dog pulled back and you've tightened up the leash and you're feeling nervous about it, then they're going to be like, oh, what's going on? And so then it creates frustration. It creates, like a feeling of like, hey, why are you anxious? And then they go after the other dog because they think that's the problem. However, I didn't give off any of that because I wasn't nervous because it didn't matter what he did. Like nothing was going to be an issue for me. So I didn't feel nervous about it at all. And the leash was unlocked, so there was no tension on the leash, and he still did it. So I was like, okay, there's more behind it, right? But I punished it every time that he did it. And he started getting the point that he should not do that. So I want to get some more repetitions of that, and then show you how to do it.
Okay.
So,
Stop, Zeus. Let's see you. Get down there.
but it's relatively simple.
Over there.
Essentially, it's just
Sit.
you guys are walking,
Thank you.
and there's another dog. If he starts doing anything at all, he can look. That's fine. But if he growls, or he barks, or he lunges, or he pulls towards them, or something like that, that's instant.
Nope.
And then you're going to tap the e-collar, right? And for that, I would tap it on like a relatively high level in comparison to something like obedience.
Go ahead.
Because say for like obedience,
Thank you.
I just need to do enough in terms of negative reinforcement. I just need to create enough pressure for him to think that doing the thing is a better idea than not doing the thing. But for something like that, I want him to think, oh my God, that was the worst idea ever. That was a terrible idea, right? Because fortunately, one thing you do have, this is a positive, is he does not redirect. Because when a dog redirects back onto whoever's holding him, then that becomes a problem to put more, to increase the penalty that way. Redirect, actually I got scars from the redirect right here.
So like come back to attack us,
Yeah.
like thinking we're the threat?
Exactly, yeah. Some dogs will do that. Yeah, I had a full-grown Rottweiler. I have like 5 or 6 long bite scars here on my side from a few months ago, where he redirected on me. It was because he started freaking out. There was a person, and I tapped the e-collar. I tapped the e-collar and punished it, and he was like, and flipped around on me and like attacked me and chased me. So, but he doesn't do that. So that's a very positive thing. So that means that you can punish it pretty severely to make it clear to him, don't do that ever. It's not allowed. Never, ever, ever. Right? You can also extend the punishment by getting on him afterwards. Still, so it's not just like how severe it is in that moment, but also duration can matter.
Like how long he's in the house.
How long you're kind of on his case. So it's like, you ever had anybody yell at you? Most people have had somebody yell at them. If they have not, they're very privileged. I have no idea how that happened. But I've had somebody yell at me, and normally they don't last that long, right? But if somebody yelled at me for like a few minutes, like several minutes of yelling, that's more. That's a lot more. There's a lot more pressure, right? Because of the duration of it, even if the intensity doesn't change. So, as an example, if I went tap the e-collar and then let it go, and I say okay, and like we walk by, that's different. What's that?
The tree box is not closed.
Zeus, come here. Probably. Yeah, but that's different. Just a quick and then a tap of the e-collar is different than tap the e-collar and then, dude, what are you doing? I told you never to do that. Why would you do that? Why would you do that? What is wrong with you? Da, 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 da. And you like talk to him like that for a while, like you're annoyed with him, and then you're like, dude, why? It makes no sense, right? Then you're moving to like disappointed, and you do that for 30 or 40 seconds afterwards. That's a bigger punishment than just the first one, just because it lasts longer. So there's more social pressure added on the end. So something like that would be appropriate for a circumstance like that, because if you think about his life, it can be big or it can be really small. And reacting that way to dogs shrinks his life down to like really small. Go outside in the backyard by yourself, walk around the house with like the other couple little dogs, and maybe go for a walk in the neighborhood, but at times when other dogs are not going to be out, right? And so there's no going anywhere, right? You're not going to the store, you're not going to the park, you're not going to the mountain, you're not going where I go. You can't, right? But if he doesn't react to dogs like that, his world can grow as much as you want it to. You can take him wherever you want, right?
That's the goal.
Exactly. So if you asked Zeus if he was capable of having that kind of conversation, hey, punish me, right? That's one of the parts of training. Punish me. Sometimes if I'm doing something really boneheaded severely, right? So it's very uncomfortable for 1 second up to like 45 seconds. It's very uncomfortable. But I get to go all over the place. I can go anywhere. Versus, don't punish me severely, but my life is really small. If it were me, I'm picking the first option every time. Like, yeah, dude, like teach me. I want to go places. I want to like experience life. Teach me things. Yeah, penalize me. Tell me not to do it.
I
Right?
can't take him. I can take him places, like I can take him to the store and all that. He won't do. He'll stay by me, but just don't listen.
He gets ramped up and doesn't. He's just got hyperness problems.
Yes, that's just all it is. He's too hyper sometimes.
Yeah.
I felt like neutering him would work. I haven't neutered him yet, but things like that.
Yeah, there's the evidence on that. It's a mixed bag. You have no idea what you're gonna get. They could get worse or they could get better. You don't know.
When I neutered my cat right here,
Yeah.
he used to bite all my other cats.
Yeah.
When I neutered him, that's all he do now is sleep. Like
He just sleeps?
Yeah, he just sleeps.
Yeah, we got 7 cats. Lit. I got a cat on the back of my truck. We're having a good time.
He sleeps already.
We're in the RV too. Yeah, they have a great time.
Hey, boy.
Yeah, they all sleep on our beds.
Yeah, he tried to bite me one day. I got in there that's too hyper because
Yeah.
running around, he jumped on him.
Which knowing that he's hyper like that is also helpful because there's also another possibility that kind of becomes like part of the equation is that he's policing. And being like, dude, like, don't move. Stop. And that's how they do it, right? So the other thing that can happen is you can tell him to knock it off, like don't let him do it, punish it, and then also doing it for him can also help. So like if the other dog's acting crazy towards him at all, if he's like really ramped up and like kind of annoying him, tell the other dog no. Right? That can also sometimes be helpful.
You said do what?
Like say the other dog is really ramped up, kind of getting all over Zeus or is annoying him at all, tell the other dog to knock it off. That can sometimes help as well, so that Zeus doesn't feel like he has to. Right? But the bigger one is honestly the first one, which is just telling him that's never acceptable. Right? But I want to help you with that. Probably on Sunday during the go home lesson, we can try something together. That way you feel more confident. Because if I were you and I was not a dog trainer, and somebody like gave me some brief instructions, and I had a Connie Corso that weighs like 100-something pounds, and they were like, "Yeah, just do this, and if he does this, then do this." I'd be like, "Oh, I don't know. That sounds sketchy." Like, because if you've never dealt with it before, it can be like, "Oh God," because it happens. It can happen. Things can happen quickly, right? So I want to help you with that, so that we can at least try it together. And the other thing that I'll do is either tonight or tomorrow. I feel like I'm always working. That's what happens when they live with you. But I will use my personal dog and see how they do. Okay. My personal dog is, her name is Zudi-chan. She's an Anatolian Shepherd. So she's not like going to get eaten. She's like she's about 100 pounds. So, and she listens really good. Right. But she's also annoying.
She's playing.
Yeah, to other dogs. Yeah, she wants to play so bad, and then she does do boneheaded things like tries to hump them or won't leave them alone even if they're like go away. She does that kind of stuff. So it's a good test dog for me to see. All right,
How bad he is.
are they going to do something or not? Right?
Yeah, because I just don't want him to. I got dogs that walk around, but they listen. Like I said, that's how I'm trying to get him. So I said they walk around.
Handsome.
I just don't want him attacking nobody while he's walking around.
Yeah. Yeah. And so I remember when we did the first one program lesson, I talked with you some about I talked to you about 2 different like sets of 4 or quadrants, right? So like one was about negative and positive reinforcement, and the other one was about negative and positive punishment, right? So we talked about that. But then the other one is arguably just as important, which is the context in the dog's life. So those 4, the window idea. So you have those 4 different windows. So the obedience part of that, for the program that we do, we teach obedience for 2 reasons. One reason is because if we did a dog training program and we did not teach obedience, people would be confused. Because that's what dog training programs, sometimes that's it. That's all they are, right? It's just like, all right, we taught your dog how to sit, how to down, how to heel, how to place, how to come, or whatever you teach the dog. Here's your dog, right? And the second reason we do it is in service to the other 3 windows, which is where the program goes further than what a lot of dog training programs do, because it's kind of like playing a sport. Say you send your kid to play sports in school. Do you play sports in school at all?
Yeah.
Right?
why do it? Like, what's the purpose? If you look at it on its face, if your kid's not going to play pro, all right, so you're not going to make any money from it. What's the purpose? Like, what are they doing there, right? Other than just like having fun, right? How is it any different than just like playing video games or something, right? And the difference is that a lot of times, if you have like a good team and a good coach and whatever, they learn concepts. They learn important stuff, right? Like they might learn things about teamwork, hopefully, right? They might learn things about like compromising or taking instruction, or the importance of working hard at things, and seeing how working hard can create progress, right? Like there's all these concepts that they learn, and it's kind of like a preparation for going to do something else in their life, where they're going to have obstacles and they're going to have to work hard and they're going to have to do teamwork and they're going to have to do all of those things. And so it's a proxy for it. It's preparation for those things. So that's the way that I think about obedience. Obedience is useful in itself, but it's also where they can learn important concepts that are useful for everything else. So like an example of an important concept would be just the idea that if you're told to like stop doing something, you must stop. They can learn that during like being taught obedience. Or that if you're asked to do something, you must do it. Right? You have to do it. It's not optional. That transfers over to like lots of other stuff. Right? So the concepts of authority and cooperation and all these other things can be taught during the obedience. So that's why there's a lot of commands that I could get a piece of pepperoni and go like this and teach the dog to sit. And in some cases, some dogs, I could take a piece of pepperoni and like let them chase it, and then like go like this, and they follow it, and then like they can figure out if they laid, and then they finally lay down, and then they get a pepperoni, and I could teach a dog to down that thing, right? But like you can see in the video, that's not how I taught Zeus to down. And there's two reasons for that. One is slow. In a lot of cases, it's slow. But the other big reason is that it doesn't teach any of the lessons that teaching it with pressure does. Because if you teach it with pressure, like, hey, like you're obligated to do this thing, do it, and then the pressure goes away, and then you get a positive reward afterwards, right? Which could be a treat, or could be play, or could be freedom. That teaches concepts that just doing it with like a treat doesn't, right? And it also makes the behavior more reliable. So incorporating that into the program is what sets up that what you're looking for is calm liberty with multiple dogs in. To get that, you have to have the ability to be like, knock that off, right? And you have to do it consistently. And if you do that consistently, they will stop making that choice. If you then don't tell them to do anything after, you don't say place, you don't say sit, you don't say down, you don't say anything. You let him go back to do what he's going to do. If he goes back at the other dog, don't do it again, right? And you punish it, right? Just a few times of doing that will make him go, that's not a good idea, right? So we're working on that, and I'll do some more, like I said, either tonight or tomorrow with my dog, and then on Sunday we can see how things go with this, and see what we can get out of it. Because like all of his obedience, great. His obedience is going fine. He's progressed right along. Like he places, he sits, he downs. I remember last Friday, his down was like, I had to really like get him. Still had to put pressure. Now it's verbal. I say down, he downs. Right? And then I've been able to work on his heel a lot, and he's gotten a lot better with heel. So he knows what's called a heel entry, and then also heel in motion. So the heel entry is he's out there walking ahead of you, which is where he's probably going to walk a lot of the time. I say Zeus heel, and he comes back as I'm walking and comes in, walks right with his head next to me. So a heel is just his head is somewhere in this area, not back here, not up here in this box. That's where his head and shoulders are. That means that he's in a heel. So he's doing great with that. even with distractions. Same thing with the down and everything else. One of the videos that I have that I still need to post is I took him to downtown Raleigh. I don't know if you've ever been to Hillsborough Street.
No.
It's with like Raising Cane's is there, and like Chipotle and a whole bunch of other like restaurants, and it's like right smack dab next to like the college campus. So there's like hundreds of people walking through there, hundreds, and like tons of traffic. It's a super high traffic area. There's buses and everything else, and there's a bunch of crosswalks and all kinds of other things like that. And I walked him through there and asked him to do all the stuff, like down at every crosswalk. Down randomly because like if somebody looked like uncomfortable or something like that because he's huge, tell them to down, right? Wait for them to pass, even if they're like this far from him, and then like let them get up and then keep walking. Heel past people, heel through the crosswalks, and he did really good with all of that. And that's part of the other thing that we try to do during the program is I want to make it way harder than he's ever going to do with you, right? Because if he can lift 500 pounds. He should be able to lift 100 pounds with you, right? So the other thing that I did with him is his recall has gotten far better. And with one caveat, like if I knew for certainty there were going to be no other dogs around at this moment, I would take him off the leash in any public park with no issues. And I have taken him essentially off leash, but I didn't have. I had like a leash still attached, just like a short, like 6-foot leash, or it might have been like I have like another one that's cut to like a 9-foot leash. That's like one of these little. If you feel how heavy this is, he's not gonna feel much of anything if that's dragging him around, especially not him. So to him, it's almost the same. I just had this on because I wanted to work with him on like heel, so I needed to pick up something. And he did great. He recalled every time. He listened. He did everything really well. The only doubt that I still have that he's like 80 to 90% of the way there. I just need to I need a couple more opportunities to prove it. And that's if there are other dogs around. I want to make sure that he can call back. I can call him back off leash. Because especially if you think about like in your backyard and say you have the other dogs out and he starts, you need to be able to go and say Zeus come, and Zeus comes to you right away. So that's the one part that I'm like 90% of the way there, but I have that last 10% to close in terms of reliability for the off leash. But in terms of just recall generally, whether it's squirrels or rabbits or people or ducks or whatever it is, he's beautiful with his recall, and all the other commands without leash on. So, all his obedience is great. You'll see a lot of that in the videos I'm going to post. Any questions right now that you have for me about him?
No, you didn't went over the stuff. We went over about the thing about with all the animals.
Yeah.
And then I guess Sunday you'll teach me for me to tell him the stuff to do.
So I want to take like maybe 10 minutes right now, if you have time.
Yeah.
Still okay, and do a few things with you.
Okay.
And let you do it, and to ask him to do a few things in the house. And then, do you have a fenced in back there?
Mm-hmm.
We can do a couple of things out there too.
Okay.
That I want you to do a couple of commands, and I can coach you on how to do it. Because and I hope that he, at least a few times, doesn't listen to you right away. I'm hoping for it. Because that's the most instructive thing. If he doesn't, then I'm just going to have you do it to me. Because you need it to happen to know what to do. You need to have it because it's going to happen. If it doesn't happen with me now, here, today, it will happen later when I'm not here. And I need you to have practiced it before that, right? So that you're not out there alone going, what do I do now? He didn't listen, right? So what we can do is...
And I also bought his I bought that thing, so I didn't know if y'all needed to take that.
Yeah,
and put
you
her
got
on
the
there.
T300.
I guess that's the one the lady sent me.
Yep. The lady's my wife.
Oh, I'm sorry.
No, she's lit. No, I was just saying, I was feeling proud. I wanted to tell you. Yeah, she's really nice.
So I went ahead and got everything.
That's perfect. Yeah.
Before he came, and I said, I hope that was the right one you was telling me to get.
It is. Yeah. That is the best e-collar you're gonna get.
Okay.
Yeah. And it's identical to this one with one difference. That's that this one has a button that you can place on your finger like this that controls whatever button you put it to.
I
And for
think
me,
that
it's
has a finger button too.
this one does not have the finger button that controls one of the buttons. It does have a clicker.
Oh, that I'm not sure. I didn't open it, but it was whatever
It is slightly different, but
that
it's
she said. Whichever she
it's
said
wonderful.
was, I
There's
got
nothing
it.
wrong with it at all.
Okay.
Yeah. So the only difference is that instead of having this finger button that you press the button.
Okay.
Right. So I'll have you hold this and ask Zeus to do a few things, and I'll tell you how to use this if he doesn't listen. Right. So there's a few things to know about it. One is that this button here. There you go. No, it's just it makes a sound. I don't know why he jumped like that. You good, buddy?
Oh, you jump like that, man.
I don't know.
You know, look at me.
It was kind of goofy actually. So this
That's why I
button,
looked at him.
yeah, this button makes a tone sound. Oh, I know why. I held it down like slightly too long. If you hold it down for more than like 2 seconds, it will
Transfer.
do a shock at the end.
So we did get shot.
Yeah, he did. Yeah,
That's
but
why
fortunately
he-
not that high. He's cool. But yeah, so this button just makes a tone sound typically, or it can make a vibrate. I don't use it at all because I don't need the tone to be like a warning. Because I can say stuff. I can make sounds myself. I don't need this for that. And I would prefer that the sound I make as a like conditioned punisher or like a warning that is meaningful to him. I would prefer it be my voice and not this sound, because what if I don't have this? I don't want any power to be attached to this thing. I want it to be me.
Your voice.
Me, right? So that's why another thing that people often make the mistake of doing is they go like, hey, and they show them. Never. I ban you from doing it. Please. If I see you doing that, or I hear of you doing that, or you tell me you did that, I will be mad, right? I'll get on you for that, because that will cause you problems, right? Because then you don't have this, and you say, hey, like, stop.
Don't have the thing.
Like, you know,
Yeah,
showing the
yeah,
button.
you don't have anything, right? So never like go like this or show him or anything. You want this to not exist in his mind, right? He never sees me touch this. This doesn't exist to him. He doesn't see it ever. This sits on my waist like this, and he never sees it. Right? It never means anything to him, right? To him, I have godlike powers where I can go on and then like make that happen. The other thing that you don't want to have happen is that collar means that to him. So that's what can happen is a dog can become collar wise. Here's how it happens. You're in here, he's running around, he doesn't have the collar on, you guys are having a good time, and then he doesn't listen to you, and you go, alright, fine then. I'm gonna go get your collar. You go get his collar, and you go put his collar on, and you ask him to do something, and he doesn't do it, and you go, right? Because then, what connects up in his head? She goes and gets that collar and puts it on me. Suddenly, she has powers, and bad things happen. It's the collar, because they're not dumb. They figured that out. But if he just wears the collar, just wearing it around randomly for a lot of the day, say 6 to 8 hours out of the day, 99% of that time, is the collar going to do anything? No. You're not going to be using it all day, like over and over and over again. At least not long term, definitely not, right?
Just at certain moments.
Yeah, just at certain moments. So then the collar means nothing. Because he wears the collar like randomly, and nothing ever happens. Sometimes you put the collar on, and then like 4 hours later you take the collar off, and nothing ever happened.
Because he still thinks it's on there.
Yeah, and nothing happened, right? Because you never used it. So then the collar means nothing. You don't show him this, so this doesn't mean anything. Instead, your voice, you telling him things means stuff. That's what you want, right? Because then if he doesn't have the collar on one time, and he starts to do something dumb, or you need to tell him to do something,
he listens to you, right? Or to you. He's like, oh, you mean something, right? So, good Lord, that's cute. Hey, buddy. Are you handsome?
Yeah, just like
You are.
take my number.
Yeah, he does. So,
I called you out, huh?
the other important thing about it, besides making sure it's you and not the collar or the remote, is that you have to do it in the right order. Just for it to make sense to them, for it to be intelligible. So learning has to be legible. As an example, if I say, hey, put your hand up, right? And you didn't put your hand up right away. And I came over and like popped you, and then I said, Does mean anything? No. Because didn't help you at all. It didn't give you any warning. It didn't mean anything. I said it afterwards. It's random. You're not thinking about what I said. If I slapped you, you're still thinking about the slap. You're not thinking about me. What did he say after he slapped me? No, you just got slapped. You're not thinking about what I said after. You're thinking about getting slapped, right? But if I go, hey, and then like, psh, then you're like, oh, okay. And if I go, hey, again, you're, right? We're gonna call cops. Because we're people, not dogs, right? You had to be thinking that. You're like, that's not me one. Never gonna happen. But like illustratively, it's the same with the dog. So the word order is important, right? So whatever you do or say first, that's what means things. So that also means that if I started walking towards you every time, and that meant something, then that's going to be the earliest sign. So that's what you're going to react to, right? So same thing with him, whether it's a positive thing or a negative thing. If I say, do this, Zeus, come. If I go like this, Zeus down,
Max.
like that. What's the first thing I did? Did I say down?
No.
I went like this and pointed down and then said Zeus down. Oh. So then what means something to him? Me bending down and pointing down. So if I taught him that way and did that every single time, the whole time, forever, then if I said Zeus down, he'd just look at me. Because Zeus down never meant anything. Me bending over and pointing meant something. Right? Because that's the first thing I did. Or if I was like, Zeus, come. What's his recall now? It's this. Because I did that first and then said Zeus come. So then if I'm standing here like this, straight up, hands in pockets and say Zeus come, he's not going to come. Because that never meant anything to him. Right? So anytime you're asking him to do things, you have to think about what's the first thing I'm doing. And you want it to be the thing you want to be the meaningful thing. So if I come, Zeus, come. 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 He was thinking about whether he should be on place there. Zeus, down. Why are you mad? Slow down. He does down slow.
Max, get out his face.
You got to give him time to down.
Max, get out his face. Max.
Right. Okay. Okay. Oh boy. So you do have to give him a little bit of processing time because he's kind of big, so he takes a second sometimes to do the thing, especially down. I noticed he's kind of slow, but he will do it. So two things you'll notice there. One is that was all verbal. I wasn't doing other stuff. I wasn't pointing down or bending down or doing anything else. I just said he's down, and he knows that means down. The second thing is that I waited and gave him a second to process, and then I said, because he's sad. He didn't go all the way into the down. And as soon as he heard, he went into the down. Right? But if I had said, Zeus down, and then he didn't down all the way, and then I just tapped the E collar, he's going to connect that to me saying down. So that's why I say instead, Zeus down, and he doesn't down, and then I go, And the reason that means something to him is because predicts the E collar. It predicts pressure of some kind. So then it ends up having the same meaning as the actual pressure. So then I didn't use the E-collar that time. Right. Now I will recommend for you that you use the E-collar more regularly than what you would like to long term, so that he connects up well with you, that when you say you mean business. So for the first little while, if he doesn't listen to you and you give him a little bit of processing time, right, because he's slow with the down sometimes. But use the e-collar like basically every time for the first few weeks. Every time you say you're using this. As long as it's safe, right? Because I want him to go and mean something from her, not just from me. Right? So let's give you a shot. You might be a little tired out, but we can do a couple of things in here. I'll give you this. So this black button is the one you'll use. On this side. Yep, on this side right here. And then that level should be fine, but you can turn the level up and down by twisting the dial.
So what level do y'all have on that level?
Completely random. It depends on the context. So as an example, if you're sitting at the desk and you have headphones on and I come and tap you on the shoulder, big reaction.
Mm-hmm.
If I'm walking up to you face to face and I go, hey, and I like touch you on the shoulder, no reaction. Context different, right? So with a dog, say that we're in a circumstance like this in the house, nothing's happening.
Mm-hmm.
You ask him to do something, he doesn't do it. Maybe 20, right? That's going to be sufficient potentially. He's outside, there's another dog, he's off leash, he's running towards a dog and he's really ramped up. And you go and you tap it on 20. If he does blow off the and the come, 20 gonna do about nothing. It's not gonna mean anything to him. So then maybe in that circumstance, 80 is appropriate, right? Maybe that's what's needed to make him go, whoa, and break him out of that fixation.
Have they ever freaked out when you something before? Like,
Yes.
Like I'm talking about like wanting to take it off.
Yeah. I've had it happen before. I've had dogs yelp and jump and do all kinds of things. It's happened before. Yeah. That can happen for two reasons. One, a dog can just be really vocal. There are some dogs that I've had that I'm just like, wow, really?
You hear the one I got today.
That's so extra. That's so dramatic. Why are you doing this? Because I've had dogs like freak out and get really like and like scream when I did it on like a 10. And I encourage you to do it on yourself because I can't even feel a 10. Like if I put it on my arm, it's so like it's like a little tiny tickle.
It's like a nerve thing.
Yeah, it's like a little tickle. Now I'm like a 40. I'm like, whoa, I can feel that, right? But I've taken every collar and put it on my neck and turned it all the way up and used it. And had other people like, I mean, I act like I've been the dog before for clients actually, as a teaching tool before. And I have all the trainers learn at least a few times, so that they know how it feels and know what they're doing, right, with the dog. But the important point there was that the number is determined by the context.
Answer my phone. Tell us when I'm still with the trainer.
Yeah. The number is determined by the context.
I think I'm with it.
Is that it is determined by the context and then their reaction, right? So if they go, oh, if Zeus jumps and freaks out, like really freaks out, then it was too high. So just turn it down. It's too high for that context, right? And don't feel bad. You're not going to hurt him. It can't injure him or anything like that. And he'll forget about it in about 0.02 seconds. It won't matter to him. But you just know then, okay, like that was too much for this context. Or if he just doesn't pay attention to it at all and blows it off and it doesn't matter to him, it's too low. Turn it up, right? If it doesn't work, and he doesn't like get the point, then it was too low, right? So that's how you determine the number. So it's completely determined based on his reaction and the context, right? And you'll know when you press it, right? And then you'll start to be able to gauge as you use it, like, oh, okay, like I'm in the house, nothing's going on, it's going to be around here. I'm outside, we're on a walk, no dog's coming, maybe it's around here, right? So you'll figure out those numbers, right?
Gotcha.
So go ahead and just ask him to do it down. So you can just say Zeus down.
Just say Zeus down. Zeus down.
All right, so we've got it down. All right, so try one more time. Say Zeus down, and then if he does it down, just say Annie.
Zeus down.
So, I'll show you first. Zeus, come here. Come here. Zeus, down. Down. Come on. Down. Zeus. Down.
Move, Max.
Excuse me, sir. My bad.
You good? Zeus. Come on. Come here. Come here. Down.
He's trying to stay up.
Come. Come here. Come here. Zeus. Down.
That's what I'm nervous about when you get like my mama.
Well, I'm glad we're doing this. Because you'll see in the videos today that he's down for me about 50 times. Come. Zeus. Come. What are you doing? Come here. Come here. Come here. Down.
You feel that's his safe place.
There you go.
Down. Okay.
Love.
Good boy. So, two things you'll see there. He's going to test boundaries, right? Because context matters. So, say he's just with me. We're out walking around the park. I say down. Or we're walking in the street downtown. I say down. You'll see in the video he's down. Like 90% of the time. Every once in a while I have to go, come on, down. All the way. And then he down. Right? But now here all of a sudden, end of the day, we did stuff today. He's like, I've already asked him to do a few things. He's with you now. He's back at his house. Now he's like, I don't want it down right now. So in that, if that happens to you, if you test those boundaries, if you let him get away with that and he doesn't down, what does he learn?
I'll take it.
He learns that down is optional. So he doesn't learn something. This is not the right lesson. You don't want him to learn that. He learns that doing the command is optional. But if you do what I just did there, if that does happen, and you make sure, like, you try a little bit, you try some other stuff, and then like, he still doesn't down. And so then finally I was just like, So I went and grabbed his collar and was like, hey, here, down. You have to. And then he finally did down. And then I said, okay. And he got up and he's good. And he can walk around and do whatever he's doing now. So the principle there is that just like people, dogs make choices. And they have all kinds of physical stuff going on. They're biological organisms. So they can't be programmed like computers. So dogs can get hangry. Dogs get tired. Dogs get thirsty. Dogs don't feel like it. Or do feel like it. Right? Or get distracted. So all those things are true of dogs just like they're true of us. So if I came here and you like say it was after work, you hadn't eaten anything, you didn't sleep good last night, and I asked you to do something, you'd be like, bruh, I'm not doing that right now. I don't feel like it. But if you're like, hey, like you had a good day, like it was light, it was easy, like you slept great last night, you were in a good mood, you just ate tasty food, and I was like, hey, could you like help me out with this? You'd be like, yeah, sure. Right? So then all that stuff changes. So the same thing with the dog. So then they will test you. That will happen. So then you have to be ready to do what I just did and fall through.
Okay.
You have to create pressure and make sure that they do it so that they learn it's not optional. Otherwise, you'll never have any authority. Right? Zeus. Oh boy! All right, so give it a shot. Try again.
You down again?
Because it's the one he likes the least. So.
Zeus. Zeus. Down. Down. Zeus down.
All right, now it would be.
Uh-uh.
I can't protect you, bro.
Ours is
Zeus.
Yeah.
Come. Come, Zeus. Down.
And so always before you use the E power. That's important. All right, so
Uh-uh.
Perfect. All right, now tell them okay.
Okay.
Try a little high pitch.
Okay.
Would you have to say his name? You know, say his
Nah,
name?
but you can try.
Okay, Zeus, come on.
Good boy, yeah, good job. Make it clear to him you can get up.
Come on, Zeus.
Good job. Yeah, so then like anytime they're like, if they seem like, I don't know if I should do it, just do something to make it more clear after you say okay, right? Because in like 90% of circumstances I say okay, and he's like, oh snap, cool, and he gets right up.
And then every once in a while, he's like,
You see your friend?
should I get up?
You see your friend?
So, but you see how
Razor.
the like that first time you tried it versus the second time you tried it, you see how you got how like different the result is. And the reason that is meaningful is because, and that's why I want that to happen at least a few times while I'm here. It's better if it happens while I'm here. I would have been disappointed if you had said down and he just wanted it down. It would make me look cool, right? Potentially. But I don't want to look cool. I want it to work long term for you. Because me looking cool for the moment doesn't make happy clients. It doesn't make a nice life for you, right? So that's what you have to do if he doesn't listen. And that's more important than you knowing, just like say down and he downs, right? Because he's going to not listen sometimes. It's going to happen. And then you have to know what to do about it. If we could just teach them to do it every time, like without fail, like if it was plug and play like that, one, my life would be a lot easier. But also, number two, we wouldn't have these lessons. We wouldn't do it at all. Why would I come 2 times? Why would I spend 6 extra hours out of my life? Or however many? Why? I would just drop the dog off. Be like, here's the instruction manual, have a good time, right? So you did 2 things. You put social pressure, right? You raised your voice a little bit and you were like, you got on a little bit. And you used and then you did tap the e-collar at least one time? Yeah. And so then he took it more serious and was like, okay, and you down. Good thing about that is that will not happen forever. That will only happen a few times. And then maybe randomly, sporadically based on context. Because look, I listen to my wife most of the time, but not every time. Right? Sometimes I don't. So it's going to be the same thing. But you have then follow-up that you can do. But it's important that you know how to do it, because when it does happen, especially at first, like that first few days or week or however long that he is testing stuff and trying out, like, hey, what if I don't listen? If you didn't have the opportunity to see and practice now, and he blew you off, and you did what you did the first time, you'd be calling me about after 4 or 5 days and be like, you guys didn't train us.
Razor say you're back. Razor say, where you been, Zeus?
Oh, where you been?
You say, where you been?
Hi, Razor.
He's looking at you like, Zeus, where you been?
Razor's adorable. I love cats, man. I have socks that say cat dad. Cat dad first. You know what I'm saying?
Razor's looking. He said,
Razor's
you've been gone, Zeus.
He's a beautiful man. Look at him. He wagging his tail a little bit too, like Is he friends with all the cats?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, nice. Did they ever smack him?
7 did one time.
Yeah. He would be doing too much?
Be trying to push him.
Yeah.
Razor is the one that nudges and rub his face on. He's like, wait a minute, Zeus, where you been?
That's because he's an orange cat. They have no fear.
Yeah, he doesn't. He's like, Zeus, where you
We
been?
have one orange cat, no fear. Yeah, he's our dog tester actually. I test to see if they're okay with cats. I use them. Because if they're not okay with cats, he bounces. But any dog that could even be okay potentially with a cat, he'll go right up to him and be fine.
No, he loves cats. I don't know why.
Yeah.
He just don't like dogs.
Yeah.
He loves cats though. He won't mess with none of my cats.
Yeah, you would love kitties. Yeah, they're good.
Razor looking like, where you been at?
But yeah, if you had done what you did the first time, you'd be calling me after about 3 days and said, did you actually train my dog? But if you do what you did that last time, then you'll just do that a handful of times. And if, as an example, he was doing that and then you would tap the e-collar once, and if that continued every time you had to do that, what would that indicate to you? What would be the next step?
To turn it up.
Make it worse, right? Because he clearly knows what to do.
He just trying not to listen.
He's not doing it, right? So then you have 2 dials that you can turn. One dial that you can turn is you can increase the amount of pressure that you put on him to do it. And the other dial that you can turn is you can make the reward bigger afterwards, right? And so you need to use both the dials, right? So honestly, that was good. That was the most instructive thing that could have happened. That was beautiful.
What happened?
Just that he didn't listen, and we got to do 2 different trials, and you got to see how to do it.
He knows Zeus is out here.
Yeah.
So is place the same thing? And place is just to put him somewhere to
So
sit.
place is on
Let's say
top
he
of
runs.
anything.
He runs there to.
It can be on top of anything. I normally initially teach them on like just like a place cot like that, like a bed like this. A raised place cot's the best. The reason that you can place a dog on top of anything as long as it is raised off the ground a little bit. Because say I place him on top of this mat, that'll work. Because it's not very clear to him if he's on the mat or off the mat. Like if his feet are off on the other end, or he stands up and puts his paws out on the floor, it doesn't feel really any different. It's not very clear to him where the boundaries are. If he steps a foot off that, he knows the difference between being on top of that thing and not being on top of it. Or you could place him on top of something like this, or on a park bench, or on a picnic table. Actually, I leave my dog on a picnic table relatively frequently. Like if we go out to a park, sometimes I'll just like be like, hey, like place, and she'll jump up on the picnic table. I'll say like, place, and she'll stay there. And like I'll go talk to somebody or go get some water or something like that.
Why are you pressing him?
And just like leave her there, right? While I'm doing something else. Because that's what place is for. Place is for like immobilizing them for a minute, like for however long. And you can, the other nice thing about it is that it's comfortable and there's no rules on the place cot. In terms of like what you need to be doing. You don't need to be laying down or sitting, or you could sit, you could stand, you could lay down, you can roll on your back, you can walk around in a circle. If you wanted to stand up on two legs, you could do that too. It doesn't matter, right? You can break dance on the cot. It don't matter. As long as all four paws are on the cot, then that's it. That's what the command means. So you don't have to say place and then sit, or place and then down, unless you want him to do that for some reason. But normally just say place. And then what Zeus typically does is he'll stand there for a second, and then once he's like, all right, well, I'm not getting off yet, then he'll just lay down. So the rest of it though is all the same. The rest of the principles are the same. So if he goes to step a foot off, we saw earlier in the session when we were working, when we were talking, and I put him up there. What happened when he started his foot? I said, and he put his foot back, right? But he then did it again, and then I said, and I tapped the guy. And he was like, oh, my bad. And then he stayed in the place out of it. He didn't try to go off again, right? Because we talked about last time that, like, I think I gave the example of like a kid with an iPad. Like the first time you might be like, hey, like 1, 2, 3, and then if they put it away before you say 3, then cool. But if they do it again right away, like pretty quickly afterwards, then there's consequences now, right? You're gonna cause a problem. Something real is gonna happen, not just me counting again, right? So same thing needs to apply. Right? So go ahead and try place with him.
Zeus, place. Good boy.
And so then you don't need to do anything after that, unless he gets off, which he really wants to get off right now because he's interested in that cat.
He's trying
He's thinking
to
about
see
the cat.
Razor.
Yeah, he wants to see Razor. So that's one of the reasons that a lot of times one of the first things we do with the dog is teach him place, just because it's like a nice intro to like the whole idea of having to do something, and it's very clear. Like if I start with heel is harder to make clear, right? Because it's a little bit more gray. Like where exactly is it that he needs to be? How far that way can he go, right? Because he doesn't have to like have his head glued to my leg or anything, right? So there's like a little leeway. But is it here? Is it here? Is it here? Right? And so then you need to try to be consistent about where the boundaries are in terms of how far you can drift in any direction. And so then sometimes you might have let him drift this way a little bit and didn't do anything. And then the next time he drifts a little bit that way, you say, and make a consequence. So, which one is it? Right? So it's harder to make it perfectly clear and consistent. That's not. That's easy to make clear and consistent. He puts a foot off of there. That's not allowed. If all 4 feet are on there, everything's cool. Or he might hang his paws off or something, right? But as long as he's up there, everything's cool. If he's not up there, he goes to put a paw off, and then like e-collar if at first for a little while, like immediately, and then you can go to like give him the chance, like say, and if he goes up without any e-collar, then that's it, right?
but you don't want to let that battery die.
You gotta charge it.
You got to charge it.
How long
I don't
does
mean
it
the
take?
e-collar.
Oh.
I was saying conceptually.
Okay.
Yeah,
How
but
long
you don't want
charge
to
it die?
you don't want to let the e-collar die
Do
either.
you have to charge that too?
Yes, but it's one charger for both things. So the collar and the remote have one charger with two.
Is it on the collar or is it separate?
It's on the collar.
So when I take that piece off the collar,
Oh,
you charge.
no, you can leave the collar. You don't have to disassemble anything.
Okay.
It's like a little. If you show me the. No, I can. It's the same. So you see on the back of this.
It's like a Bluetooth.
Oh, charge this.
Yeah, it goes here.
Oh.
And to charge that, it's the same thing. There's another little. You'll see a little flap
Mm-hmm.
on the underside of the collar.
But
That
that's
looks,
when
it looks
I
exactly
take the
like
collar off him to charge it.
that. Yep.
How long do the batteries last?
They depends on how much you're using it. If it's not being used that much, which is not going to be used like enough to make a difference to the battery. I mean, a couple days.
So it can last for a couple of days.
Yeah, I mean, like you could not be charged
Does it
like
tell
be
you
on
when,
the whole time.
when it needs to be charged?
No. Not very early. Like when I've had it die. Trying to think, there might be something I miss about it, but at least it's not very conspicuous. Like it doesn't like make a noise or anything like that.
Mm-hmm.
But it won't work. Now, one thing that's deceptive is that sometimes if it's like right on the edge,
Mm-hmm.
this will still work, right? It'll like make a sound or like vibrate, but this will be like weak. It won't work quite right.
Gotcha.
But I mean, honestly, what I do, since it's just one charger, it only takes up one socket.
Mm-hmm.
I just put it on the dog, like sometime in like the morning, and like for whenever I'm around and we're like doing stuff together, I just like let them wear it, and they wear it around because it doesn't hurt them. As long as the only thing that you might want to think about is with him, it's actually not like that big of a deal, but with other dogs, it'd be a bigger deal. Is you'll want to like move it. So like every like 6 or 8 hours, just because like if I do like this, that doesn't hurt.
Mm-hmm.
But if I did like that for like I don't know, like 8 hours, it would kind of get slower.
So move that collar, just turn it over.
Yeah, just turn it
it
over.
and stuff.
Yeah. So you want the collar to be between here and here.
Not up there in the back.
No, you want it all the way up on the
Not-
back is fine.
not
just
towards
not
this
in between my fingers here.
Okay. So on the side of his neck.
Yeah,
Or in the back. of
on
his
either
neck.
side or on the back.
Now look at it right there.
Yeah. You're tempting him. Okay. You look like it.
No, he's just gonna chase him. He won't go catch him.
We want to get off. But I just shouldn't have. I should have let her get a paw first. Don't do that. Even dog trainers make mistakes, right? So yes, try not to participate. Yeah, because I was pretty sure he was going to get off, but he didn't get off, so I shouldn't have done it yet. But yeah, so anywhere between there, and then what I normally do is I just take it off whenever it's like, all right, we don't need this right now. Like at the end of the day, towards the end of the day, yeah, because he shouldn't sleep with it on. There's no reason.
Don't let him sit with it on.
Yeah, there's no reason. He can like lay down with it on. It's not gonna hurt.
But at night,
But at night, I just take
we're
it
not
off.
doing nothing then.
Nah, I mean, like why?
And then just put it back on in the morning. So he
Exactly.
knows it goes back on.
Yeah, so then it's just like it's routine. It doesn't mean anything.
Gotcha.
Yeah, and then that's easy then for the charge part because then like as soon as I take it off, I just go put it on the charger.
Okay.
I just leave it there overnight, and then in the morning it's fully charged. Good to go. Because the charge is pretty quick. Like it'll be fully charged within a couple hours
Okay.
at most. So if you leave it on the charge overnight, every night, then it'll be fine. Yeah.
Yeah, I bought the cot and I hope it's the right one.
You bought what?
I had got this. They came in. I said, I hope it's the right one.
Oh yeah, it's the right one.
Okay.
Yeah, it's a good one. We should really get affiliate links. I don't know why we don't do that. We should do that.
Do what?
Yeah, I was just thinking we should get affiliate links because we tell all of our clients to get the same e-collars. Yeah, we didn't used to.
Mm-hmm.
We used to provide e-collars for them, but because they're, it's not like $20 or something.
No, that thing's $200.
Yeah, we would have to, and we couldn't always get people to sign at a higher price.
Mm-hmm.
So then we ended up having to get them like cheaper e-collars that were like $50 or something like that. And I just started getting irritated because I hated them.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, because like they work, but they're just like they're not set up nicely. Like they're like just like boxy remote, and like it's more cheaply made, and it's not quite the same. And so then I'm using mine, and it's nice. And then I'm like, all right, like use this one, and I'm like, I hate it. So I just ended up hating their e-collar. So we were like, you know what? We want people to get good e-collars so that the training actually like it's easier for them to maintain training.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
How I know if I have it on correctly on him? How tight does it go
Right.
on him?
Right.
When I take it off and put it back on, take it off, put it back on.
Yeah.
I know that it's actually going to.
So you want to keep track of two things. One is, I mean, if his eyes get red, it's too tight.
Mm-hmm.
You're choking him, right? But it has to maintain consistent contact. If he turns his head,
Mm-hmm.
it should still be touching, right? Because if it's too loose, what will happen is, they might be like this, and so then it's not touching.
Mm-hmm.
And you're like using it, and it's not working, and you're like, what the heck? So you turn it up because you think he's not feeling it.
Mm-hmm.
And then he goes like this, and he turns his head the other way. Now all of a sudden it's making contact, and you've turned it up, and he's like, because that was the first time he felt it, right? And now it's all high for no reason, right? So that's a long-winded way of saying that the answer is you want it tight enough that these are pressing in a little bit, so that it's always making contact no matter which way he turns his head. Right? So like if I do like this, now it's not touching. Now it's touching. Right? But if it's pressed in a little bit, now it's still touching the whole time when I turn my head. Right? So it's the difference between like just barely touching like that, I turn away, versus pressing in a little bit, it stays. But then again, not so tight that like he's clearly being choked. Yeah. But you do want them to press into his skin just a little bit. And fortunately, especially the dog you got, you don't care. It's not going to hurt him. And that's why like even pressure sores, kind of unlikely for Zeus.
Mm-hmm.
It's possible, but you'd have to have it really tight for a long time. Because he's a guardian breed dog, which means that he's got a ton of extra neck flat skin. He's got just like all this extra skin on his neck. Because, I mean, they're Italian guardian breed dogs, and they were built to protect flocks of whatever from apex predators. So if a wolf bites him on the neck, the idea was that he could still move.
There's a lot of hair.
Yeah.
So I guess once, I see it's a clip, so once it gets fitted and we
Mine's
just
a clip.
Yours a clip? Oh.
Mine's a clip. The one you have doesn't have. I had to buy that aftermarket.
Oh. Okay.
Yeah, you can get one from. If you go to you can get one in person at Cornerstone Canine Supply, or you can order one.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I just got that because I take it on and off all kinds of different size dogs all day, every day. So it's like I'd be irritated.
Mm-hmm.
And then I also work with dogs that are sketchy. So if I have to like hold the strap and do all that stuff, and the dog bites me, versus me just
Clipping it on there.
and a lot of times, honestly, the one that's more important to me is the unclipping. The clipping I don't care about. The unclipping is meaningful, because if I gotta like do all this extra stuff and the dog's already sketchy towards me, that's a problem. But if I can just unclip it, but it is nice just in general, because then you could size it and just do like that. But with Zeus, with this one that you have,
Yeah.
That's
I don't know
on
why
there.
they put all that on there.
what is on there? Come on, there you go. Okay. There you go. So you don't need that. I love these. They're heavenly. That's a different shape than the one I normally see. That's cool. You got an orange one?
Yeah.
Lit. Okay. So this button on the back that says L. You hold that says L. You hold that down. Now it's on. And then to turn this collar on, this collar has no on and off button.
This has a finger clip.
That's his edge. That's a clicker. A mechanical clicker.
What's
Yeah.
that?
Something you don't need.
Okay.
It's you know when I say okay in the videos? Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Tell me you did a good job and that's it.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
It's just that. But I don't like using them because I don't want to have to have another thing I'm carrying around. As much as possible, I want to just be me. But then to turn this on, there's no button.
There's no button.
There's no button on it, so it's off right now. See this little red thing?
Mm-hmm.
Red dot? there's a corresponding little red indent.
Okay.
And you put these together, and that turns it off. So it just it just lit up green. Now it's off.
Okay.
Yeah. And to turn it off, the biggest thing that I see people sometimes do is they turn this one off, and they leave this on, and it dies.
Okay.
If they don't charge it, put it right on the charger. So to turn it off,
And it goes red.
now it's off. Green,
Green is on,
red,
red is off.
green, red.
Okay.
And so that's how you turn this one off. This is like a magnet, something like that. I don't know, it's weird. So I'll set it up for you really quickly so that you have the right settings. Because you see that N and the C. You don't want to see the N, you just want to see the C.
Okay.
Right, so that N and C button is back here. So now it's just the C. It's always going to look like that. Is the C. It's also normally probably just going to have this 1D on there. Because technically you could get another one of these and put this in a mode where this one remote controls both columns.
Choose it, right.
You could. Right. I do that sometimes.
Gotcha.
But if you're just going to use the Zeus, you don't need to. Right? So then same thing with everything else. This button, this little knob turns it up and down. This can either make it vibrate or make a sound. I can't remember exactly how to do that.
Does that make sound?
No, it's you gotta switch the mode. I'm so dumb. I can't remember how to do it. Should be on 0. There it is. Down.
This one.
So now, it's gonna make a sound. You're just gonna leave it that way. The reason that for pretty much everybody, I have it switched from the sound to vibrate, and I don't think you're going to do what I just did by accident. I don't think you're actually going to switch it back. But the reason I like to have it on sound is because of two things. One, if he did take off on you, it can help you find him. Right?
Oh, that makes this sound.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
So then he's over there. You
I
hear
can
it.
hear him. Okay.
So it can help you find him. The other thing that it does that's useful is sometimes I miss the light. Like I don't see if it's red or green. So like when I go to turn it off,